Welcome back to Old Charles coin collectors and history lovers. In today's video, we're diving into the story of the 1966 United Kingdom 2 shillings coin, a beautiful pre-decimal piece that still fascinates collectors around the world. Is this coin hiding any secret value? Let's find out. The 2 shillings coin, often referred to as a florin, has a long and rich history. First introduced in 1849, it was originally meant to be a step toward a decimal currency system. By the time we reach 1966, the florin was a well-established part of British coinage. 1966 was just a few years before the UK officially moved to decimal currency in 1971. Asterisk, and here's what you'll find on this iconic coin, the young Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Mary Gillick. The inscription, asterisk, Elizabeth II Dei Gratia Regina FD, which means, Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. A striking Tudor rose in the center. Surrounding it, the text, asterisk, FID Def 2 shillings 1966, Fid Def, stands for Fidei Defensor or Defender of the Faith. The Tudor rose symbolizes the union of the houses of York and Lancaster, a historical nod to English royal heritage. Now, let's talk numbers. The 1966 2 shillings coin had a very high mintage. Over 101 million were struck that year. Because of this, it's a very common coin, especially in circulated condition. After that, the florin was officially worth 10 new pence and remained in circulation until it was demonetized in 1993. When it comes to coin collecting, condition is everything. Here's a rough idea of what your 1966 2 shillings coin might be worth today. Circulated/worn condition around £0.20 to 50 pence GBP or $0.25 to $0.60 USD. These are very common and mostly hold sentimental or beginner collector value. Uncirculated or brilliant uncirculated, BU. These can sell £4.2 to £5 GBP or around $3 to $6 USD, depending on eye appeal and luster. Proof set coins, if from a special set, higher values may apply, especially if in original packaging. Tip: look for coins with no scratches, clear lettering, and sharp details on the rose and queen's portrait. These stand out. Did you know the 2 shillings coin was made of cupronickel by 1966? No silver content anymore. It was one of the last florins before decimalization made them obsolete. The design used on the reverse was introduced in 1953 and remained until 1967. So, should you keep a 1966 2 shillings coin? Yes, if you're building a historical British coin collection. Yes, if you enjoy pre-decimal coins and royal memorabilia. But don't expect to make a fortune from this particular year unless you have one in exceptional condition asterisk or part of a rare proof set. That's everything you need to know about the 1966 United Kingdom 2 shillings coin. A piece of history that reminds us of Britain's rich monetary past. Got one of these coins at home? Let us know in the comments below. Is it circulated, shiny, or part of a collection? The 2 shillings coin, also known as the florin, has a long and meaningful place in British monetary history. The florin was first introduced in 1849 during the reign of Queen Victoria. It was Britain's first serious attempt at decimalization, as the florin represented 1/10 of a pound, 10 pence. This made it easier to calculate amounts in decimal format compared to the traditional pounds, shillings, and pence system. The experiment was considered partially successful, and the florin remained in circulation for over 120 years, evolving in design and metal composition through different monarchs. By the time we reached 1966, the 2 shillings coin had become a familiar part of everyday life in Britain. Here are some key details. Monarch ***, Queen Elizabeth II obverse design *** by Mary Gillick, showing a young bust of the Queen, which was used from 1953 to 1967. Reverse design ***, introduced in 1953, this featured a Tudor rose, symbolizing England, surrounded by the legend, FID Def 2 shillings 1966. At this point in history, the florin was no longer minted in silver. Since 1947, all British silver coins were made of cupronickel, 75% copper, 25% nickel, as a post-World War II cost-saving measure. The year 1966 was significant in the UK for many reasons. The country was preparing for decimalization, which would be officially introduced on February 15, 1971. The British economy was undergoing modernization. Popular culture was booming. Think the Beatles, England's World Cup victory, and the height of swinging London. Despite being a common year for the coin's mintage, the 1966 2 shillings coin remains a symbol of this transitional period. Caught between the imperial past and the modern economic era in 1971, the UK shifted to a decimal currency system, and the florin was revalued to 10 new pence. This meant it remained in use for over 2 more decades even after its official retirement. Finally, in 1993, the florin was demonetized and withdrawn from circulation, replaced by the smaller, more modern 10p coin. The 1966 2 shillings coin represents the final decade of pre-decimal British coinage. It shows the early reign of Queen Elizabeth II. While not rare or made of precious metal, it holds historical and nostalgic value for collectors and historians. It was one of the longest-lasting denominations in British currency, evolving through monarchs and eras. When it comes to coin collecting, condition is everything. The better the condition of your 1966 2 shillings coin, the higher its value to collectors. Let's break it down. Some even higher if part of a sealed mint set or proof set. These coins were specially struck for collectors. Highly polished ***, mirror-like surfaces. Never intended for circulation and often come in original packaging. Estimated value ***, 10 pounds sterling or more, depending on the demand and presentation. Use a magnifying glass to check for sharpness in the Queen's hair and the Tudor rose petals. Look at the fields, flat surfaces. Are they scratched or smooth? Check for any toning, corrosion, or pitting, which can reduce value. If your coin is in good shape, consider storing it properly in a coin capsule or sleeve to preserve its condition, especially if it's uncirculated. The 1966 2 shillings coin is common, but condition determines if it's worth just a few pence or a few pounds. The better the condition, the more collectible and possibly valuable your coin becomes.